Achtung, Cthulhu then. I suppose it's best if we introduce ourselves. So I think it's only right that we start with the officers or officer. So Lieutenant Wesley, would you like to introduce yourself?
Yep, Second Lieutenant Richard Wesley is a, as you can see, relatively unassuming chap by the look of him, even in uniform. Has a distinctive and quite lilting Welsh accent, and conducts himself, I think, with a certain degree of he conducts himself seriously when taking on information, but has a certain amount of that classic British military wit and understatement when the situation calls for it. And yes, his training mainly comes in from in covert operations, and is probably not used to actually commanding a team, so this might be a new experience for him. But what he has, what king and country require of him, he will do.
Very good. And Tommy?
Yeah, so Tommy's more of a meat mountain. He's a giant behemoth of a man. He's the team's door kicker. And he likes a bit of a drink. But yeah, Juggernaut, you don't want to get in his way. He'll steamroll you flat.
Nice. And Reese?
Okay, Private Darby is was a journalist before he's found himself here. He is quite small, nervous, but he's pretty wily, and he is from New Zealand-ish.
Ish.
New Zealand-ish.
I sense an accent coming on. And finally, Professor Hogan.
Yes, not to typecast myself, but I shall be playing Professor Hogan. He is the leading authority in cryptography in Australia. It's not saying a great deal. A charmer. And there definitely will be some terrible accent work. I would like to apologise in advance.
Fine.
Okay. Cool. Okay. So what we're going to do is jump straight in to your first mission. Where we're starting is you're actually on a plane over occupied France, ready to make a parachute jump, or not ready, as the case may be, depending on whether you've done this thing before, jumps before or not. You were delivered your briefing by a Captain Lewis Bentley, a fellow Welshman, a lieutenant. And your instructions relate to word received, a partial communication from a local resistance leader, codename ARAMIS, located southwest of Rouen. His message was cut off mid-transmission, but seemed to contain a dire warning. Now, some of this is classified, so on the mission objectives board you will see there with the classified information blocked out. I will will message our lieutenant with the missing information.
Okay.
So
So I can read this as well.
So you're basically the passage so far has been relatively quiet. It's been quite a smooth flight as these things go. Your pilot, a reassuringly cheery chap by the name of Mandrake, has reported cloudy and still skies, ideal for this mission. But as you've
Very good.
entered the ruin area, his mood has subtly changed as he reported that the wind had picked up, accompanied by heavy rain and gathering thunder clouds.
It's less good.
You hear him telling his co-pilot that he'll have the weather boys' guts for garters when they get back, as they hadn't forecast such weather. Let's see which.
Well,
So
I for one will be looking slightly terrified.
Yeah, me too.
yeah, what are you all doing on that journey over?
Panicking quietly.
I'm asking the lieutenant if he's absolutely sure that this parachute is going to hold my weight.
Yes. Absolutely sure, indeed. They've all been
I weigh
tested.
over 400 pounds. Are you sure I'm going to be all right with one?
It's been
Come on,
adjusted. It's been adjusted to accommodate for that.
I don't like it.
Eventually, the sort of an airman who's at the towards the front of the plane stands and starts to move towards the door and gives you the signal that you've been waiting for. You attach your jump lines and stand nervously as the crewman makes the final checks before opening the door. The already loud drone of the propellers, combined with the wind, becomes deafening. Beyond the crewman are dark skies, the pouring rain illuminated by the subtle glow of the red light above the door. The airman raises his right hand and holds up 3 fingers, giving the signal that there are 3 minutes to go. A flash of lightning lights up the sky, followed seconds later by an ominous crack of thunder. Glancing toward the cockpit, it's obvious that the pilot is having a tough job keeping the plane level in the increasingly bad weather. He shouts back that they need to clear the air as soon as possible. The rain lashes against your goggles, almost obscuring your vision, and for a second your nerves get the better of you as you feel that somehow the storm feels wrong. From the door, the storm seems contained to the village and its immediate surroundings. Before you can ponder this strange occurrence, the airman signals the first drop, which I would imagine is the lieutenant.
Possibly, but I would have almost thought it'd go the other way around. I would think that the lieutenant would be last. He wanted to make sure that all of his.
You're in charge.
Yeah, he's going to make sure that all of his team drop out first and that they're safe before he worries about getting out there.
I, as a game mechanic, I will remind you of momentum and how the most capable are more likely to gather momentum for those less capable.
Okay,
so I'll tell you that when you're bailing out, you're going to make an agility plus athletics test with a difficulty of 1.
Okay. In that case, let's think about this. I have 9 agility and 2 athletics. Has anyone got anything better than that?
No.
Not in a month of Sundays.
Okay. So
Yes.
The mountain does.
Okay.
I like to think that you kick Tommy out first, just in case, just so he can't land on anyone.
Yeah, please.
Brilliant. Yep, I like that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Sure.
so our first roll. So you're rolling. Let's have a look. Where are you, Tommy? So, Tommy, you've got an agility of 10, yeah?
Yeah.
An
Nice.
athletics of 4, wow. And have we got any skills that might... No, you haven't got any skills, focuses, and... I'm going to say you're a deadly commando. I'm going to say you've probably done a parachute jump before. So
Okay.
I'm going to say it's a level. It knocks the difficulty to 0. So you're just rolling 2d20, and you're looking to get under 14.
Okay, let's do it. Oh, relevant skill. So that's athletic, right?
Yeah.
And does focus apply? That's a no, I think.
No.
Difficulty. What did you say again? Sorry. 1.
0.
It's going to be difficulty 0 because I'm going to say
0.
your truth is relevant because you're a
Yes.
deadly
So
commando.
you're guaranteed to succeed. It's just about a question of whether you generate momentum or roll a complication.
Makes sense. He's good at falling.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Good day.
Okay, so you get a.
So you get 1 success and 1 bonus. So that gets a bonus momentum into the pot.
Yep,
So
and there's no
put that in there.
complications. That's good.
Cool. Okay.
As he
so
jumps
who-
out, he
who's
says, if the
following on?
chute doesn't open, you won't have to bury me.
If your parachute doesn't open,
Well,
try
the
try
parachute
and try.
should automatically open because you're attached to a line, so it gets
Yeah,
to a certain
it
limit
pulls
automatically.
it pulls it open itself. I mean, if it doesn't break, try and maneuver yourself over some Germans. Take some of them out as you crash down. No, you'll be fine.
Well, you've seen him disappear into the storm. That's as far as you've seen. You
All right,
whoever's next.
We'll hurry along to the next one.
I just look at the professor. I look at the.
Yeah, I'm looking back at
Lieutenant.
Reese, you know.
See.
Well, after you,
Yeah.
Cobber.
I look at the lieutenant again, see if he has any actual orders.
Yes. If you're next in line, he'll say. Yes, he'll say on the double, Darby. That's right, on the double, Darby.
Right. I just fling myself out then.
Don't forget to attach
No,
a line first.
Paolo, do you? Say that again.
Don't forget to attach your line first.
Oh, the airman's already checked everybody's lines, so you.
We're all good. We're all good.
We should all be
Okay.
good.
Strength.
Paolo, if you use a focus, does it have to be focus in that skill, or can you use a different focus? if it's
Right. So what are
relevant?
you seeing? You've got to focus in.
Well, I'm going to use. So I'm using agility, is it, and athletics.
Yeah.
But maybe I could use a focus in sight or in instincts. Which way I'm going?
No, not in this case, because you're literally just throwing yourself out of a plane.
Fair enough. All right, agility.
Remember, there is a
Nice.
point of momentum in the pool if you want an extra die.
I'll take one. Oh, do I? No, I won't take one. I'll leave that and hope that the professor will be fine. So, input value, relevant skill, athletics, no focus. Difficulty is 1 still?
Yep.
Hell yeah.
Get in.
1 more momentum. There you go, Professor.
Nice. Right. Well, nothing for it then. And I shall nervously tiptoe forward, check all my pockets. I've got my equipment strapped to my back. It's one final check, and then fling myself out.
Your
Allons-y!
checks. That's. I'm sure if your checks were taking too long, Lieutenant would have given you a encouraging nudge, shall we say, out the door.
Nice.
But no, you're fine. Okay, so
Charming. So.
Agility.
Yeah. Can I spend a momentum to take an extra dice?
You can.
Do it,
I
do it.
will.
no complaints here.
And I don't see myself as having a relevant focus here.
Fair enough. Ooh.
Nice.
Very, very well done. So you get that momentum straight back in the pool.
Oh, so he does, yeah. Excellent.
Okay, and that just leaves the
He
lieutenant.
disappears into the storm.
Okay, and then
This is where the experienced officer.
Yeah, I know. I'm just waiting for it to go
Straight
wrong,
into the
but,
propeller. It's a bit unfortunate.
They deliberately put the door behind the propeller for that reason.
Well, there's buffeting, you know. It's an uncertain weather here.
You know what? I'll spend a momentum from the pool as well. Why not? So 3 dice, relevant skill, athletics. No focuses apply. Difficulty 1. Look at that! 4 successes.
Hell yeah! Hell yeah!
So hold on. Draw 2 additional. Oh no, I don't want to put them there. Well, that works too. So there we go. We now have
Nice.
4 momentum, and we've all parachuted successfully.
You have, so yeah. The 3 of you are already in the correct, and in the same. You've all landed in the same field. In fact, sort of, the lieutenant lands with a sort of a kind of almost elegant grace, despite the weather. It's almost like he lands and just starts walking immediately towards you.
Yes.
And then sort of with a deft spin turns around and starts gathering up his chute, and I'm guessing barking orders about where to stash them.
I'm buried under my parachute.
Yes.
Like underneath it somewhere.
I think that's what we call.
Find the edge.
That's what we would call a greased landing.
Nice.
I'm rolling up, you know, my chute already, and my eyes are shining at the sight of such an elegant touchdown from our commanding officer.
Mm-hmm. Yes. No, he's getting all of them to stow those parachutes, hide them in such and such place. Check your gear. I'm getting ready to move out. We've got to trek to the. We've got to trek around or across the village without drawing too much attention from Jerry.
Okay. And so as you sort of you've buried your chutes, and you're sort of getting as you're getting your bearings as to which way the village lies, a strange vibration rattles through your teeth and your skin feels cold and clammy.
Ooh, no.
The rain seems to beat harder for a moment as a huge roll of thunder erupts overhead, followed by a bright lightning strike. It feels like a chill wind just cut through you. It passes quickly, but something very strange has just happened. Can you all roll 1 combat dice? So there should be it's a challenge dice in here. There should be a macro there to roll a challenge dice. So Reese and the lieutenant.
Ooh, 1+1.
Professor. So everyone apart from Tommy loses a point of stress, unless you have courage to soak it up.
Annoyingly, I don't. So yes, I will note that stress is.
So that's 1 stress. So there's just 1 stress level in this, as opposed to codename where there's mental and physical. It's all rolled into 1 here.
So you mean we get more stressed, not we reduce stress, right?
You've taken 1 point of stress damage.
So yeah,
we just tick the white box?
Just chuck one of the boxes in.
Yeah. Alright, got it. Cool.
Okay, yeah.
Does anybody have the occultism focus?
No.
Nope.
I was gonna say, I wonder if I might apply a bit of nous to this. Doesn't seem right.
What's the matter with you? It's just cold.
Well, Sure, it's a bit parky, I grant you, especially from in comparison to where I'm from. But that seemed a bit strange.
Yeah. So there's something off with it, but as you don't have the occultism skill, you're not going to learn anything more from it.
Mm-hmm.
You're telling
All
me
the
I
reason
can't
to make
play
it look-
science?
All the reason to get a wiggle on, chaps.
Okay.
Very well.
So you get your bearings to it. Obviously, you know where you're wanting to be going, but obviously now,
Yes, I think that
are odd, shall we say? Odd. That something feels a bit off.
Okay. I'm going to call on my dilettante characteristic to note that I have a number of trivial, potentially useful items, and I'll say I may have a compass in my pocket.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So that we can get our bearings a little easier.
Okay.
And, yes, so we need to... yes, so we've airdropped. So the first things first, we've got to find Aramis. So I'll gather the lads around us, all right. First priority is finding our man Aramis, located presumably in the northeast of the village. There should be a safe house there.
All right.
I'm looking at my colleagues. Do we look like we're dressed for military operations, or are we dressed for
You're dressed in military attire.
In that case, I would probably want to go around the village rather than through it.
Yes, probably for the best.
Okay. Okay, so we'll how good is Tommy's what's the skill I'm looking for? Hold on. I think engineering, but it's imagination.
So
how good is Tommy? How good is Tommy's observation?
Mine's pretty good, actually.
Oh, yours is pretty good. Excellent. And Hogan's?
My observation, you say?
Yeah.
It's okay. It's not bad.
Okay. Reese, what is the number? What's the number on your observation? What's your rank in observation, I mean?
Number 4.
Oh, blimey.
Excellent. You're taking point.
Oh, shit.
It's always
well
best.
volunteered.
Hey, we've all got to do our part in this. Got to pull together. If you've got the best eyes and ears, you'll be able to spot something's coming before it gets too hairy.
Right.
I'll be right behind you. Don't you worry.
Okay. So as you start to head off, you checking your map, Lieutenant, you estimate it's going to take about an hour to reach the village of Sans Sulak.
Mm-hmm.
And so you head off into the night, pushing against the rain, and we should probably end it there, looking at the time, and we'll pick up next time.
Yeah, that's a solid start.
Yes.
Very
Or
nice.
successfully parachuted out with nobody getting stuck in trees or drawing attention, so well done.
And
Not ready for the... Yeah, still a... Yeah,
And
sorry,
what
go.
I'll do, because the scene has ended, you will lose 1 momentum, but that's all, and we'll be ready to pick up next time.
Yes.
And a nighttime drop as well. You don't make it easy.
Well,
It would be...
for the Germans as well.
Exactly. We don't want them to don't exactly want them to be able to see us coming.
Well, absolutely, but I'd like to see where the hell I'm going.
I feel like when I hit the ground, I probably shook one of the houses anyway.
Yes.
The crater
Tommy's
and
landing just creates an earthquake near localized. Yeah, the shaking wasn't from the lightning strike. That was just Tommy landing.